Welcome. This is yoga, and my name is Lara Cato. This is going to be a 60-minute vinyasa practice, and we have a room full of students tonight. We're so excited to see more faces since the pandemic has slowed us down a little bit. So we're going to get started, and we're going to try tonight to work on staying off the wrists a little bit, so you can, in fact, do yoga without doing a class full of chaturangas. And we're going to work on that, some of the requests from tonight. Also, we had a request to work on hips and low back. And is there anything else that y'all want to add to that? Okay. All right. If you think of something you want, please holler out. You're welcome to interrupt. If you have a question, I'd rather you ask than come into a misalignment. So we're going to start seated. You can bring your hands on your knees and then lift your spine. So just elevate your rib cage and then knit your front ribs in towards one another. You're going to roll your shoulders back, lift up through the crown of your head, and then drop your chin slightly. And then just close your eyes. Start to settle into your breath. Just going to release any thoughts of judgment, expectation, or competition of yourself or those around you. Coming into an ujjayi breath, ocean breath. Constriction in the back of the throat. Inhale through your nose and then exhale. Tight constriction in the back of the throat, almost like you're saying the word ha. So keep your mouth shut. Exhale. And then again. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. We're going to come into a seated cat and cow. So shoulders back, lift your chin on your inhale. Exhale, round forward, spread your shoulder blades, chin to the chest. Inhale, lift your heart, press forward. Exhale, rounding. Bring yourself into your neutral position and then bring your right hand to the side. Your left arm's coming by your ear. You're going to look to the ceiling, and then with your inhale, broaden your chest. Bring your left hand back. As you exhale, round, scoop underneath, reach underneath your arm. Inhale, open your heart, lift your chest, and then exhale, round, diving forward, still pushing the ground away. Inhale and open, and exhale. Inhale. Bring your left arm by your ear. You're going to rotate your upper body and then just elevate your scapula. Bring your chin down towards your chest and hold it. Coming back to that ujjayi breath. And then tall spine once more. Go ahead and come to the other side. Press your opposite knee away first, and then inhale, open your chest. Exhale, round your upper back, dive forward. Inhale and open, and exhale. Keep your arm by your ear, round, reach forward, lengthen your arm, bring your chin down towards your chest. And then come up, tall spine. So we're going to reach our arms up. Let your shoulders shrug up. And then like you're flicking water, you're going to go as fast as you can, and we're going to do it 100 times. So fast, 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 faster, faster, faster. Elevate, 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 elevate. Bring your arms by your ears. Flick, flick, flick. Are y'all counting? I'm just kidding. I am. I'm just kidding. Faster, faster, faster. Don't slow down. Right about here, you're going to feel your cell phone in your right hand, but keep going. Good, and like you're painting a fence, we're going to release. It's carpal tunnel preventer. If you work at a desk, you can do that. And then again, over your head, you're going to find one finger at a time, index, middle, ring, and pinky, and then work your way back. Elevate even more. Your shoulders are strong. Faster if you can. And again, like you're painting a fence, release. And then hands on the knees. We're circling around 3 times in each direction. All the way forward. Roll your shoulders back. Puff out your chest. As you come forward, bring your chin down to your chest. And then reverse the direction. Nice. Bring your fingertips forward. Round your upper back. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Is that Vlada that just came in? Hello. So happy to see all you guys today. And then once more, all the way up. This time, arms by your ears, tall spine. Exhale to the right. Look over your back shoulder. Inhale, centering. Lift up through the crown of your head, and then exhale, other side. And then move with your breath. Couple more times, each direction. This time, stay to the right. Draw your low belly in, bring your right shoulder back, maybe shift your gaze over that back shoulder. Centering, arms by the ears. And then other side, low belly drawn in, engage your pelvic floor. And then center. Interlace your fingers. We're going to press up through the palms and then seated cat and cow once more. Inhale, arch forward. Exhale, press towards me. Bring your chin down to your chest. Inhale, lift. Maybe trace the gaze or trace the sky with your eyes. And then forward. Inhale, lift your chin and look up. Exhale, press forward. Tall spine. You're going to switch the cross of your legs to that less intuitive crossing. And then come to the right side. Rotate your chest skyward. Recentering. And other side. Recenter. This time bend your right elbow. Keep your chin lifted. Press up in the other. And then just side to side. Good. And release. Fingertips to the mat. Make your way to all fours and then move through a few cat and cows. Spread your fingers wide. Just a reminder, y'all know how to do this, but shoulders are going to be over the wrists, your hips are over the knees. Inhale, press your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine, chin to the chest. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, and then your hand position, like you're clawing your way into the mat. Take the pressure out of the heels of your hands. Find a neutral spine. Curl your toes. You're going to press up into downward dog. And then start to pedal your feet. Alternate bending your knees. Really pushing in through your fingertips. Lift your chin. Look to your thumbs. Jump, step, or float your feet all the way to your hands. Flatten your back with an inhale. And then exhale. Keep your knees soft, forward fold. Rise all the way up. So arms by the ears. We're going to lift our heels, coming onto our tiptoes, and then twist your upper body to the right. Keep your heels off the mat. See if you can keep your feet like Barbie. Y'all remember my center? I probably need a better example. Back to your center, tall spine, heels stay off the mat. Lift your kneecaps, twist to the other side. Recentering. Bring your heels down. Cactus your arms, lift your gaze. Bring your elbows back. Inhale, extended mountain arms by your ears. Exhale, forward fold. Flatten your back. Inhale. Bend your knees. We're coming into chair. Bring your arms by your ears. Lift and lower your toes. And then roll your hips back. See if you can see your first two toes. Rise up. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Flatten your back. Forward fold. Sweep your arms all the way up. We're coming back up to our tiptoes. Lift your kneecaps. Engage your low belly. Twist to the right. Centering. And twist to the other side. Center. Drop your heels. Cactus your arms, lift your chest. Inhale, arms by the ears. Nice, Randy. Exhale, forward fold. Flatten your back, press your heart forward. And then as you fold, step your right foot back. We're going to come down to our right knee. You want your weight above the patella, above your kneecap in the back. Use your left hand if you need to. Bring that foot forward. From here, pressing back into half split. And then little movement side to side. You can roll your big toe inward and then your pinky toe out. Just a little movement. And then with the breath, press your hips forward, lift your chest. You can even bring your hands up off the mat and then exhale back into half split. If you want to make this more difficult, cactus your arms, inhale, and then exhale behind you. Otherwise, stay with me. Good. The next time you bend your left knee, keep your hips forward. We're going to bring the right hand under the right shoulder, and then like you're drawing back a bow, lift your left hand, look up to your thumb. Bring your left hand to the mat, lift your right, look up. Both hands down. We're going to curl the right toes under, lift your knee, step into forward fold. Flatten your back as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Good, up on your tiptoes. Twist to the right, bring your left hip back just slightly. And then center, checking in with your breath. If you start to wobble, stabilize yourself with your inhale. Back to your center. Heels down, lift your heart, elbows back. Inhale all the way up, forward fold. Flatten your back. With an inhale, exhale, step the left foot back. Lower down to your knee. Take your time, building your posture from the ground up. Roll your shoulders back here. Exhale, half split. Little movement, little wiggle. Start to wake up your hamstrings. And then with the breath, forward as you inhale. Add your upper body if you want. Cactus like Randy's. There's your example. Exhale back. Inhale forward and back. Good. next time you press forward, stay there. Set your left hand under your shoulder and then lift your right. Look up to your thumb. Really pushing the ground away. Bring your shoulder blades together behind you so you broaden your chest. Yeah, y'all look good. And then right hand under your shoulder, lift the left. Both hands down. We're going to curl the back toes under. Once more, step forward, forward fold. Soften your knees and then hold opposite elbow with opposite hand. Sway into your ragdoll. And then release your head. Maybe nod your head. Yes, shake your head. No. And then hands come back to the mat. Halfway lift once more. You can bring your hands to your shins. And then as you fold, step back. Bring your right foot back, coming into high lunge. Shift this left foot forward. If you need, bring your arms by your ears. We're going to push into the back heel, so maybe lower. If you can, bring this left thigh parallel. You can widen your stance a little bit. Look at yourself in the mirror. And then float your hands down. We're coming back to forward fold. Halfway lift. As you fold, you're going to drop your hips back to your chair. Wrap your shoulders back, sit down a little lower. Check in with your toes. And then if it's available to you, lift your heels, maybe drop down a little lower. Maybe you come up and down, maybe little pulses. Root down through your heels. Rise up, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, we're stepping back with the left foot this time. Rise all the way up. So you want to push back through your left heel. Maybe come down a little lower. If you're hypermobile like I am, you might want to come up out of the pelvis a little bit. Good. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Back to your chair, arms by the ears. Shoulders back a little lower. Lift your heels. Up and down, you can pulse. Rise all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift, step back with your right foot. We're coming into warrior one. Bending into your left knee. Lift the arch of your back foot. And then we're going to bring the left hand to the hip. Straighten your leg. Come down halfway. Keep reaching forward. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Bend your left knee back to your warrior one. And then open into two. Widening your stance. Think about ankles under the wrist. Good. Good adjustment. Cartwheel down when you're ready. We are going to find a plank, but come down to your knees. And then halfway down with me. Little baby cobra. And lower. We're going to press up into all fours and then back to child's pose. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then into tabletop once more. Curl your toes, make your way into downward dog. Look to your thumbs, jump, step, or float your feet forward. Flatten your back, and then back to your chair. Wrap your shoulders back a little lower. Lift your heels. Little movement. Rise up, inhale. Big fold. Flatten. Step back with the left foot, warrior one. Check in with your feet. Square your pelvis forward. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Draw that hip back. Come down halfway. Back to your one. Opening into warrior two when you're ready. Arch of the front foot, or arch of the back foot in line with the heel of your front. Windmill down and forward fold. Halfway lift and then fold. Bring your left hand to the ground underneath your mouth. Maybe you're up on your fingertips. We're going to bend the left knee. Bring your right hand to the low back and then rotate your chest skyward. And then switching sides, right hand under your mouth, left hand to your lower back. Really bend your right knee, creating space for your chest. And then forward fold once more. Heel toe your feet, hip width apart. You're going to come into ragdoll with the upper body. And then option one, just a bigger sway in ragdoll. Option two with me, over to the left, slice all the way up, down the right, and then back to your fold. So 3 giant circles each direction. Good. Stay in your fold. Maybe bring your feet back under your hips. Soften your knees and then rise all the way up. We're going to bring our right knee up, flex your right foot, and then bring your hips underneath your shoulders. If it's available, you're going to straighten that leg, coming into stork, and then little external rotation of the lifted leg. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, awkward chair. Rise all the way up. Warrior three. Option to bring the hands to the hips or into airplane to the side, behind you, or most advanced arms by the ears. Both feet on the mat. Let's settle down into chair. If you want to lift your heels, you can. Just do whatever feels right to you. Good. Rise all the way up. Big fold. Halfway lift. Fold, heel toe your feet, hip width apart once more. Coming into that ragdoll movement, side to side, or giant circles. Staying folded. Bring your feet back to their starting point, 2 fists widths apart. Soften your knees, rise all the way up. Bring your left knee with you. Find the option that feels good on this side. Awkward chair. Rise all the way up. Press back, warrior 3. Recentering. Sweep your arms up. Big fold. Halfway lift. Left hand under your mouth once more. Bend your left knee. Right hand to the lower back. Find your twist. If you'd like, extend your right arm up toward the ceiling and then look up to your thumbs. Switching sides when you're ready. And forward fold. Flatten your back with an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to step back to plank. You can stay in plank if you want, or down to your knees, and then low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra. And then however you want, make your way into child's pose. You can move through downward dog, you can press straight back. We're going to walk our hands over to the right, and then place your left hand on top of your right hand. Let your hips shift over to the left. And then slowly walk your hands over to the left side, shift your hips to the right. Recenter your hands. Make your way into all fours. Bring your knees hip width apart. And we're going to come into puppy pose. So we're going to keep our hips directly over the knees. So it's not a child's pose position. We're going to walk the hands forward. Maybe your forehead comes down. This is option 1. Option 2, you're going to bring your chest down. You can hold onto the edge of the mat. Feeling this under the shoulders, across the upper back. And then wherever you are, bend your elbows, come down onto your belly and sphinx. Bring your shoulders back. Make sure your elbows are under your shoulders. And then roll your shoulders. See if you can grow 2 inches in the spine. If this is comfortable, you can float your elbows off the mat. And we're going to look over the right shoulder. Keep your shoulders away from the ears and recenter. Turn your gaze over the left. Recenter all the way down. And we're going to bring our hands width apart. So up on your fingertips, strong wrist, roll your shoulders back. You're inhaling as you come up, and then exhale. Work towards tapping your forehead onto the mat. Oh, Tinkerbell. Oh, y'all look good. And then come halfway down. We're going to drop this right shoulder, turn and look past the left. Recenter. Drop the left shoulder, look past your right. Recentering all the way down. We're going to bring our hands by our sides. So you can do this with the palms flat beside you, and that's going to help keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then float your feet up off the ground. Keep rolling your shoulders back, but keep your palms down, lift your chest, and then bring your feet closer together. If it's available, you're going to lift your hands, reach your fingertips back towards your heels. Just hold it. And release everything to the mat. Bring your hands by your ribs. You're going to come up through cat, round your spine, engage your low belly, and then pull yourself back towards child's pose, keeping your low belly strong. Back to your tabletop position, curl your toes, downward dog. Look to your thumbs. Jump, step, or float your feet forward. Flatten your back. We're going to bring our toes together. Your heels can be separated slightly, but make sure your toes are touching. And then rise all the way up. We're going to press our knees together like you're squeezing a piece of paper between your knees. And then lower down. This time we're going to twist to the right. Good. So once you get your upper body set, you're going to drop your hips 3 inches, maybe 25 inches. I don't know. Drop it down. Get down. Go more. And then bring your left hip back. Drop your hips a little more. Try to keep your hips below your shoulders. Good. Forward fold. Shake out your knees. Notice what's happening in your hip flexors and your quads. Rise all the way up. Strong feet. Start to lower and then twist to the left. So look down at your knees. If your right knee's jutted forward, shift your right hip back. Good. Hips lower. Little lower. You'll thank me later. You can cuss me now. Forward fold again. Bring your feet back to that starting point, 2 fist widths apart. Sweep your arms up by your ears. Bring your right knee with you. Coming back to your stork. And then bring your hips underneath your shoulders. We're going to bring our hands down. And then 3 giant circles each direction. You can bend your knee. You can keep your legs straight if you want. Good. Back to your chair. Wiggle your toes. Start to find release in the calves. And then rise up. Bring that left knee. Circles when you're ready. Reverse. Chair. Rise up. Cactus your arms. Lift your heart. Inhale, lift, and forward fold. Flatten your back. As you inhale, exhale, you're going to step your right foot back, pivot your back heel, come into your warrior two. Good. Check in with your feet. Wide stance, a little wider than is comfortable. And reverse warrior without straightening your front leg. Back to warrior two, coming into your version of triangle, straighten the front leg, and then bring your spine parallel to the ground. Little to no weight in that bottom hand. Maybe even bring your left hand over your heart. Good. Soften your back knee. Rotate your chest toward the ceiling. Reverse warrior. Back to your warrior two. Turn your toes to the long edge of the mat, come down halfway. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Maybe bring your arms by your ears, reaching forward. A little more ab work if you try that variation. And then float your hands all the way to the ground. Relax your neck. Release any tension in your face. Bring your hands back to your hips. Rise all the way up, come back to your warrior two. Cartwheel down, come into forward fold. Halfway lift. Chair when you're ready. Maybe lift your heels, maybe pulse, see how you're feeling. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. I'm going to come to the other side so my back's not to you. Halfway lift. Step back with your left foot. Pivot your heel, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to your two, your version of triangle. Good. Think about lifting your left hand up rather than back so you engage your shoulders. Good. And then maybe tuck your chin down towards your chest before you look up to your thumb. Good. Lengthening the back of the neck. Y'all look good. Back to reverse warrior. Come into warrior two. Turn your toes halfway down. Keep your knees soft. See if you can roll your weight into your toes this time. Good. And then arms by the ears. All the way down, forward fold. Keeping the weight in your toes, keep your knees soft, come all the way back up. Back to your two. Back to forward fold, cartwheel your hands down. Halfway lift, and then fold. Come into ragdoll. You can make it a little ragdoll or a big one, whatever feels good to you. And then release your arms. Rise all the way up. Hands to the heart. Come into your mountain. So we're going to do a low back and hip release as requested. So I want you to think about a giant hula hoop. It feels silly, but you can close your eyes if you want to. Bring your feet hip width apart, hands to the hips, shoulders back, and like a giant hula hoop. Make it as big as you can make it. It's an SI joint realigner. You could do this throughout the day, especially if you've had a pregnancy or kind of a running injury. These are good ones to do throughout the day. All the way up. Shake out your feet. And let's start on the left foot. So we're going to come into tree pose. You find what feels good to you. Beginners, you can just bring that heel to the calf, or you can be whole foot on the calf. More advanced above your knee, but no part of your foot touching the knee. So find what feels good. Shoulders back, bring your chest to your thumbs. You can stay here if that feels good, or you can bring your arms up. Bring your knee back. We're going to lower the left arm. All the way up. Lower the right. Center. Open both arms. Maybe lift your gaze. And then hands to the heart. Shake out your feet. You're going to switch sides. And then maybe it's different on this side. Maybe this is a little less intense, or maybe this is your stronger side, only you know. Just give yourself permission to have those different alignments on the sides. Press your standing leg into your foot and then grow 2 inches. Add your arms. Lower the right. Center. Lower the left. Center. Open your arms, lift your gaze. And then center. Hands to the heart. Shake out your feet. And then we're going to turn to the long edge of the mat. So maybe face that way. Coming into horse pose, bring your feet out wide. Toes are going to turn out. Your knees are going to track over your middle toe. And so if you have a big anterior tilt in the pelvis, see if you can tuck your tailbones, come down lower. Good. Bring your shoulders back. Hands to the heart, and then lift your heels. Drop your hips. Bring your heels to the mat. We're going to bring our hands inside the knees, and then just let your upper body hang. Maybe move side to side. Find a center point. Drop your right shoulder, look over the left. And then switch sides. Recenter. Turn your toes forward, straighten your legs, and then back to your forward fold. This time, hands at the ankles. Again, nod yes, shake no. Halfway lift, soften your knees. And then walk your hands towards me, towards the front of the mat. Make your way into downward dog. And then step your right foot close to your left wrist, and then step your left shin behind your right. We're going to come down into seated. If y'all want to jump into that, you can. All right. And then press through your heels. Bring your shoulders back. Sit up tall. Again, net your front ribs in towards one another. So we're not arching the spine. We're lifting up. Good. Soften your knees. Keep your toes coming back towards you. Bring your arms by your ears. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. Exhale, just come down halfway. And then again, inhale, lift up taller each time, halfway down. Again, inhale. Stay at that halfway point. And then maybe you can press through your heels, straighten your legs a little more. And then if it's available, bring your hands by your shins or your calf. And then inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then exhale, fold. So if you're rounding in the upper back, just come back, bend your knees, lead with your sternum. Good. Tall spine. Coming into seated pigeon first, and before we come onto our bellies, you're going to bring your right ankle over the left knee. And so flatten your left foot. Again, shoulders back, sit up tall. And then option one, you're going to be here. Press that right knee away. You can even use your hand. Just start to feel this into the hips. If this is easy for you, want to make it a little more challenging, you're going to come up. You can gather up this leg. A lot of places to get off the bus stop. So you find the stop that's good for you. Maybe this is where you are. If you want to come here, come here. You can find a little movement. You can cradle the baby. Maybe you can straighten that leg. But keep your awareness in your upper back and your spine. Good. To come out, we're going to bring the knee to the ankle and then release. And then flatten your right foot across the left. Just today, gathering up this right leg. And maybe even pull so you're opening your hip flexor a little bit. Right arm by the ear. Tall spine as you inhale. Rotate, bring that right hand behind you as you exhale. And then your left foot, bring your toes back towards your face. So good flex through the heel. Good. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath. And then upper body only, counter twist other side. Switch your legs when you're ready. Option one, seated pigeon. Option two. And then come out. Left foot across. Push through your right heel. Left arm by your ear. And twist. Hug your belly away from your left thigh. And then sit up tall or inhale. Exhale, a little more twist. Bring your chin over your shoulder. Recenter, counter twist, upper body on the other side. Recenter. So before we come into pigeon, if pigeon is uncomfortable for you or you need props or blocks, just come back to this version. And so that's your option. Option two, we're going to swing the legs around, come into all fours. And then bring your right knee outside your right wrist. Come down onto your left. And then lengthen that left leg. So try to inch your foot back. Your top of the foot is on the ground. You can spread your left toes and then start to lift up. Look over your right shoulder. See if you can see your toes. straight out behind you. Look over the left, and then recenter. Oh, you guys look good. If it's comfortable for you, bring your left hand in front of your heart. Your right hand's going to come behind. Up on your fingertips if you need to. If this is too much, just please stay forward. And then bring your right hand in front of you, left hand behind you. Recentering your hands. We're going to stack our hands and then bring your forehead down. And then with every exhale, release any tension that you've gathered in the right hip, the front hip. Start to lift your head and shoulders. And then to come out, curl your back toes. You can come into all fours. You can come into downward dog and then switch to the other side. So take your time, building this strong foundation from the ground up. Good. Your right foot is straight behind your hip. Look over both shoulders. Right hand in front of your heart, left hand behind you. Left hand under your heart, right hand behind you. Recentering, coming into your version of resting pigeon. Lift your head and shoulders. Come out on this side, we're going to roll to the side of this left hip and then very gingerly bring the right leg forward. Let's bring our feet together, coming into bound angle. Sit up tall with your inhale and then exhale, lead with your chest. Start to hinge forward. All the way up. Let's bring the right leg to the side. Slide your right hand towards your heel. Look up to the ceiling. Some of y'all may want to bring this left arm by the ear, but you're going to hold it in the air. Keep rotating your chest skyward. And then sit up tall. We're switching legs. Hug your right heel in, slide your left hand down. Look up. Keep pressing your right knee away from you. And center. We're going to bring our knees forward. Hip width apart, hands behind, your fingers turning inward. And then just side to side, all the way down. If you can bring your knee to touch the mat on that internal rotation, you're going to stretch your hip in all areas. Good. Recenter. Bring your feet forward. So they're going to be hip width apart. Option one, as we come into boat, you're going to stay right here. Just hinge back. Maybe your hands are forward. This is first option. Option two, bring your knees together, float your feet. Option 3, straighten your legs. Bring your shoulder blades together behind you, everybody. Up, up, up. Wherever you are, keep your feet where they are. Start to lower down to your back. Good. Take your time. Awesome. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Say, ha, lion's breath. Ha. Good. One more. And again. Let's bring the left foot to the ground. You can keep your knee bent and then straighten your right leg. Hands behind your calves. With your inhale, root your shoulders down. With your exhale, bring that shin closer to your face. And then if it's available, you can inch the left foot forward. Press your left hip down into the mat. If your knee is bent, keep your knee straight up to the sky. And then we're going to lower this right leg to the side. Your left arm can be extended, your palm can be down, but just keep your left hip really rooted down into the mat. Lead with your right heel. We're coming back to our starting point, and then we're switching hands. So the left hand's going to come outside the right ankle, and then we're finding a twist all the way across the body. Back to your starting point. We're switching the legs. Right foot down, lift the left. Breath in, shoulders down. Breath out, shin to face. You guys have done a wonderful job. Big hip class. Easy on the wrist, as you guys asked. And then lower that left foot to the side. Lead with your heel, come back to your center, and then twist other side. Recentering. Happy baby if you want hands to the soles of your feet. Flatten your lower back. You can rock side to side. And then all the way down to your back. And we'll just take a brief shavasana, like an Ashtanga shavasana, short one. Close your eyes and settle into your breath. On your next inhale, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. You can circle your wrists and your ankles. And then gather your knees into your chest. However you like, you're going to make your way back to your seated posture. We'll end our practice as we began. When you're ready, bring your arms up by your ears. Big breath in, reach tall to the ceiling. With your exhale, hands to the heart. Thanks so much for joining. As always, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at ease. Namaste.